The protagonist of one of the previous part of the series come to a certain village in Central Europe in search of a kidnapped by a religious cult girl. The inhabitants of this village became infected with a certain virus and began to react aggressively to normal people. Throughout the story, the hero will meet a mysterious merchant along the way who always ends up where the hero goes and sells goods to him, accepting the currency that came out of their use. And one of the bosses has a non-standard height and lives in a Victorian-style castle. It seems to me, or was the fourth resident with the first-person view result to mean the full price. And at what point in the game does Chris become a werewolf? Did I miss something? This is what Resident Evil might have looked like if Tim Burton has filmed it.
The girl was trapped inside a mirror. There. She's asleep.
What is with the creepy story?
This spooky tale tells us the story of Mirinda, who is now sitting in front of you as Mia. What kind of writer is this, who so clearly foresaw what would happen in the future, and why Miranda was not altered by the ending in which her father defeats her?
We moved here so that she wouldn't have to deal with any of that, remember? Chris moving us here, military training, it all happened so fast.
What did you want to get rid of? Why did Chris move you here? You defeated all the monsters from the 7, no one followed you after that. They could safely remain in the America and live a quiet life for themselves. Or has Chris forgotten what happened to Leon when he came up to Europe?
There you go, sweetheart. Don't you worry. I'll be right downstairs. Daddy won't let those weird fairy tale monsters get you.
I took it and spoiled the whole plot.
I don't understand why you are so...
Mia! Get down!
After the phrase Mia lie down, preferably lie down. Well, or at least make some kind of movement and not just stand down and wait until you got shot. And why didn't any of those bullets hit Ethan?
What? Why?
Chris never bothered to explain to Ethan why they did it, because to say something like it was a Central European mystic who turned into your wife, it's very difficult. More precisely bother, but only in the end of the game.
I said get your hands off her!
Ethan, no.
What the fuck was this done? How is it possible for a shotgun to miss such a distance? This grandfather seems to never have played Resident Evil and does not know that it is advisable not to waste cartridges like this. And where did the creature disappear who hand broke through the floor and pulled Ethan here? Not even where it disappeared, but why didn't Ethan eat after all of this through it? It must be unrealistically painful. Also, I am confused with his modality physiology, how it worked for him. Yes, and again, any wounds and threshold by pouring alcohol of left hand. Exploding red barrels cliché. Well, why are you all looking at me? Can you start eating already? With the rest of the victims, for some reason, you did not pull so long.
The child's father.
Child? Hey, wait, do you mean Rose? Is she here?
Rose! Rose, yeah.
If this grandmother is transforming Mirinda, why doesn't seem to want Ethan to find all about this and go to the rescue, then why is she telling him this now? Why not say that the child was taken and taken to another neighborhood village so that he would look elsewhere and not be able to interfere with the ritual? Anyone who breaks these kids will know the wrath of Mother Mirinda, something I did not feel any anger after I broke it.
We have to get inside!
Hello? Anybody home?
Maybe a familiar voice.
Before that, they hadn't heard Louis's voice and she screamed.
What the fuck is this?
It is time to mention that the voice acting in the game is very cool. I'm not only talking about swearing, but in general they put and voiced it very well. A wonderful reflection in the game of 2021.
We'll find a safe house to put you in until I can find my daughter. My hunch is she's in that old castle.
No. That place is full of nothing but blood and death.
Can talk about all of this after you get out? The floor collapses under you.
Elena, no! That's not him! Not anymore.
Fool, you saw how he ate other people. You shot him without a twinkle of coincidence that from the fact that he called your name, run the hell away from him. Oh well, or so also an option. But now I will not need to protect anyone.
Why the fuck is this happening again?
This blow with severed fingers was supposed to provoke an explanation of "oh fuck, that hurts" or something like that.
Hey! Что это было?
I'm going to go right there and look, not run the hell the other way.
You must be pretty tough. Huh.
Who the fuck are you?
Van Helsing, can you see? No, sorry, it is Magneto dressed up as Van Helsing. What are you waiting for? Jump! What are you waiting for? Jump! Idiot, what are you waiting for?
Nothing like fresh American ground beef!
These pins were close enough to Ethan to cut him in half, but for some reason they didn't.
Though I must say that castle arouses suspicion.
Yeah, and so do you.
I am but a humble merchant.
Only 3 meters high. All merchants all like that.
Man blood.
And there must be mold.
Starting to go a little stale.
Then let's devour his man flesh quickly, Mother. I am the one who captured him.
Now, daughters. First, I must inform Mother Miranda.
And you will only do this so that Ethan has time to escape, because why would you need to tell Miranda this? After this, I think he would not soon be able to hold weapons in his hands and generally use them at least somehow. I understand that his mold will heal everything from him, but not immediately. For some reason his fingers still haven't grown back. And anyway, why didn't his palm split in the two after he cut them?
Oh, we meet again.
Duke, why are you here?
And how are you here? Do you know how to teleport and predict the place where I will find myself in order to myself there invents on what? Moreover, under its power, in any case, it would not have reached here, given its size. If you so want to dismember him and hang him on the wall, why are you standing for so long being dumb and giving him a chance to escape from you? And I am the only one who feels sorry for Lady Dumitrescu because all of the doctors in the castle are not designed for her grown and she constantly needs to bend down to get out. Why it is not possible to simply push this ball out your hand instead of wasting ammo on it? Why do we need to shoot or stab her in order to make her swell? Why doesn't she just get better over time? She does it because the sun or cold or fresh air something outside the window. Where is our weapon?
Hasta la vista, baby.
Such jugs were 1-to-1 in the first Resident Evil. Ethan is now perfectly visible.
Yes, of course, I understand the importance of the ceremony. I won't let you down. To hell with the ceremony! That man will pay for what he's done.
And what does the ceremony have to do with it? They will do something with the child there, Ethan will not be needed for this. What does it matter if they kill him or not? Instead of killing him right away, she decided to break through the floor with Ethan, let him go to run after him a little more.
Go ahead, do your worst.
She just showed me. Is not that enough for you? Well, now why did you only cut this hand? What's stopping you from doing the same with his head right now? Ethan does not yet know that it consists of mold, but in all seriousness he decided to glue his cut off hand back on himself and was not all surprised that it immediately started working after that. And moreover, not only the hand immediately stuck, but also the sleeve cut off with it. A huge and scary woman is not too scary when she cannot follow you through the doors. Playing the piano to open a secret passage cliché. More precisely, a secret box, but it does not change this.
Stupid man thing! You won't live long, even if you run!
Your words would make sense if you could run too. Capcom wouldn't be a Capcom if it didn't corrupt a cool, unusual and charismatic villain, turning him into her favorite biological substances of an indefinite form with pronounced places of the body that you need to shoot in order to defeat him. Throw him into the abyss. Throw him into the abyss. Throw him into the abyss. What a fool. This bread slicer has been popped into every trailer, every poster, every image. It has lured us into the game. And in the game itself, she dies in the first quarter of the game. The same when the third headlight edge suffered.
Wait a second. That looks familiar.
Hey, wait!
And of course you cannot open the door and follow it further.
That flask seems to contain her head.
Don't you think that her head would not fit in the flesh? That is, without the help of a jack, Ethan can't do it at all. Could you crawl under the tractor? It doesn't seem like such a small place. Or maybe jump over it. It was necessary to walk all over the village and look for a fucking jack. Why does the lockpick break after one single use?
First, you must use that key and collect all of your little roses flasks.
Where are the rest of them?
There are 4 in total. You have the one, and the other lords have the rest.
So, if you knew all of this, what stopped me from telling you this is the first place? And how can you know that? Did they perform the ritual in front of you or what? And why did it even need to be cut into pieces? They needed it as a shell uncut. You then collect it back, what's the point?
The 4th and most dangerous is Heisenberg.
You're goddamn right.
He works in his factory on the village outskirts. And the project. Let's just say parts of the human imagination are better left alone.
The lock, which somehow opens the photograph of Mia with a child, which for some reason Ethan kept with him all the time and which did not wrinkle in pocket at all.
What? Wait, where's my gun?
Didn't you notice and didn't even feel how the weapon was pulled out of your hands? The bandages are too strong. Well, yes. As strong as the electrical tape from the 2nd and 7th parts. How does changing the film on the clothespin change the film and the spool? And how does the projector now show the completely different image than what we now see on the film? And again, the bandages that Ethan is not able to break with his own hands. We are running at hiding from a monster we can fight against because we don't have any weapons. When did I switch from Resident to Outlast? Can you keep poking? Can't you see that she's still alive?
You do this to Rose too.
Well, yes, that's exactly how I behave with my child. I poke her in her head with a pair of scissors to keep her from crying. By the way, few people know, but after that the child will really stop crying. And as soon as we left this building, all of our weapons were returned to us. Well, when they returned it materialized back on Ethan's because he himself did not make anything from anywhere. In order for this lock to open, it is necessary that its ball reach the hole. But now what prevents Ethan from immediately putting it there? It's slime. Why is she blow away from shot fired at her? If Ethan had now been stupid and immediately left, this Quasimodo would not have noticed him and he would have to fight him. A couple of hours of gameplay would cut.
It's all over. I plugged away in.
What are you...
And unlike all the rest of the Mokus, the one that blocks the entrance is not blown away after shots are fired at it. Hence was eaten by a fireman along with the boat, the key to which was hidden in a mine, and with I only used in a boat which, as is written in the text, was eaten by a fishman.
Stay the fuck down!
Ethan! I gotta say, I'm surprised you made it this far.
Maybe you will stop talking to him in threats and just explain what is happening around you and what killed your wife.
You stay out of our business, Ethan.
What business?
God, watch out!
And how Chris survived it, of course, they will not show us. Ethan, I'm not hinting at anything, but before he turns back into hefty fish, why don't you start shooting at him? What's stopping you?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I ate at the KFC. It seems I know who will definitely not take advertisement from me now.
You're better off than I thought.
Who's that?
Oh, come on. We just met a while back, not that it really matters.
There is no microphone on camera anywhere in this room. How the hell does Heisenberg hear and see me?
You've got fight. I'll give you that, Ethan. But what's the plan when you have all 4 flasks?
What are you trying to get at?
I could lend you a hand.
Trying to get on my good side?
Oh, don't get cocky. I'd kill you if you weren't worth the trouble. There's a stronghold not too far outside the village. Go there and get my flask. Do that, and you pass. First, head back to the graveyard.
Self-centered prick.
He decided to help me, what an asshole. Loading the location using a very long elevator ride. No matter how close I stand in a barrel, its explosion still won't let me die. This huge spruce grinder was holding that giant into hands and Ethan took it and stuffed it into his pocket. The same applies to his hefty and probably heavy ball. What size backpack does he have on his back, then he can fit such a hefty things in it?
You got this all wrong. It's a mental. Shut your fucking hole!
It seems to me that he does not make those sounds with his elbow.
Together, we go save Rose, and we can use her to grind Miranda into paste.
My daughter is not a weapon. Fuck you!
Was it weak to agree to his personnel to kill Miranda with him and only then kill him? He still offers you help, together it would be easier to defeat her. And yes, the villain offers to the hero to go to his side cliché. Who came up with such an ingenious lock to open which it is enough to break a light bubble on it? Resident Evil has gotten to be cyborgs, because robots, a deadly virus, all are one. Well, the explosions of these robots right under Ethan's feet does not do him any damage at all. I don't know about you, but I am on that puzzle broke the existing nerves of cells. This thing that the Ethan is holding is made of metal and I can hurt you maybe. I don't know, you use your magnetic abilities and take it.
I told you to leave it alone, Ethan! You are in the way.
What do you care, Chris? You killed my wife, you son of a bitch!
You think I killed Mia? That wasn't her. It was Miranda.
Really, maybe if you had said it to him a little earlier, maybe he wouldn't have gotten it all.
Why don't you fucking tell me right away?
Because I knew you would want to be involved!
In any case, he climbed ahead of everyone. Yes, and you coached him, taught him how to use weapons for just such cases. Yes, and if you had taught him, he would have gone with you and list under your suspension, and did not run like alone endlessly losing him limbs.
Metal polymer composite, huh?
And what does he do in here in the factory? I mean, Heisenberg, knowing that he couldn't control the thing, let it here so Ethan could fight it and defeat you with it. But now he was still able to lift this thing into the air. Also, it wasn't supposed to.
Ethan? I heard explosions.
The phone is not on speakerphone right now. Even though he is mold, how can he live without a heart? Or didn't grow on him?
Yesterday, we took down the transformed Miranda. But we didn't kill her.
Who knew she could fake being a corpse?
Well, yes, no one could have predicted at all that a person who does not want to be killed can pretend to be dead.
I forcefully took him and Rose with us. But the vehicle they were riding in was attacked.
And all because you morons decided to drive right through the village where Miranda and all other creatures live. At the end of the game we were given a piece of the sixth part, and that is stupid shooting of the opponents without any hit of horror. What is the saving of cartridge? What are you talking about? Chris didn't have any night vision goggles on his head. Where did he get them now? Chris put this hefty mace in a little pocket, but somehow Ethan will have it later.
I know it's too late now, but we really should have told Ethan the plan.
There wasn't time.
What do you mean no time? All those times that you were next to him, you had a million chances to say this to him instead of no time to explain or get out of your way.
I tried to keep this a secret, but... You don't understand how special he is.
How do you know that Ethan is a mold? And why didn't you tell him?
You mean you didn't think it was weird? No matter how much you got hurt?
For those who have skipped anatomy classes, this will not seem strange. He recently glued his hand to himself without a drop of surprise.
3 years ago, the Baker house. You were murdered by Jack.
So if he killed him, why didn't Ethan become one of those regenerators? And if he's been a mold that Evelia can control throughout the whole 7, then why couldn't she do anything about him?
Speaking of foolish questions, who or what are you?
Even I can't quite answer that.
Said the screenwriter and didn't write a backstory for it.
Once I kill you properly,
Get her now!
This was the first and the last time Chris helped us in a battle of Miranda. Why are you trying so hard not to show Ethan's face? Are you too lazy to draw it? Why take the detonator from Chris? Nothing that you can die at the moment and now having the time press the button or press it early and it would be blown helicopter to hell. Why didn't you leave it to Chris? And anyway, why didn't you go with them? Even if you end up dying, you could at least say goodbye to Mia and maybe they could heal.
What have you done?
He's gone. I tried. He stayed so we could all escape.
What did he save? It was a remote detonator. You could have detonated it yourself. You were about to do it just that.
BSAA didn't send soldiers. This is a bioweapon.
What the hell were they thinking?
Sequel baiting. Flying off into the sunset cliché. 20 years later, Rosa is still reading the book, a paper book, in 2040.
You're a lot like him, you know.
I know.
How do you know this if you only saw him when you were a 1-year-old baby? And what scenes did you find in this game? Be sure to write it in comment and suggest the game that you want to see here in the future.